Dragon Ball Shin Budokai Tenkaichi Another Road was one of the most influential video games during the PlayStation Portable era, and it was one of the first games I had with my PlayStation Portable as a child. And this console dates back to 2003, right? So when I had it, I was like 10 years old, and it was already recognized all over the world. This console, I had it at 2010, I think, and this is the first game I got, Dragon Ball Shin Budokai Tenkaichi Another Road. So the main things that make this game better than all the other games that Dragon Balls have released and what are the unique points to them are, first is that SENZU bean system. In the game, there's like map, right? So you are given 3 to 4 sensu beans at the start of each battle, and you can transfer your sensu beans to other players, and that makes that if you know you have enough confidence in yourself that you are going to not die in the whole game, then you can transfer your sensu beans to other players. That way they will have a more chance of being more alive in the long term in the game, and they will give better performance because of that. So that was a very good system. Second was the quick reflex shots. So during the game, when you had doing a lot of combos in continuation, if you put the R and L button and you gave a good direction, then you could chain attacks, and it is the same thing that is in the Sparkling Zero right now. So that is where it it is the same system, but it was just so satisfying that you could chain 5 to 6 times. In the Sparkling Zero you can do it only 2 to 3 times, but in the Shin Budokai Another Road you could chain them 5 to 6 times. As much key as you had, you could do them continuously, and if you do it for 4 to 5 times chain attacks, then a special attack would be shown where you are able to specially give a big attack. That for Gotenks was like ghost attack. For Gogeta it was another type of Kamehameha. For Vegeta it was his beam. All those chain attacks, if you do 5 to 6 times continuously, they would give the special attack on their own if you had extra key. So that was very fun. Then the great storytelling mechanism. It was not like just an anime. It was more like a RPG text box that told the story, which made it more compelling and made it for me to less likely to skip it. Because what happens in the Sparkling Zero that I just don't find it interesting. Even in the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game that I played in my PlayStation 4, it was like most of the times I found myself skipping the whole anime scene. But during the PlayStation Portable era that I played this game, I found myself almost listening to all the texts and most of the stories. I skipped some of them, 20% of them, but 80% of the time I read all the texts. And that storytelling through text and very less photo visualization was a comparatively better way, RPG way. And in Sparkling Zero also there is not a lot of anime and just screenshots, and it's more like a picture book, but it still feels less compelling to understand and read all those things. And then the secret character unlock if you beat the game in the S rank. So if you beat the game in the last mission S rank, which is very difficult to do even as an average gamer, if you do that, you get Gogeta no, you get Goku Super Saiyan 4, which is a canon character not connected to the storyline, that Dragon Ball Z storyline that was portrayed. It does not portray Dragon Ball GT story, the game. But if you complete the last mission in S rank, you get Goku Super Saiyan 4 unlocked. And that was like you beat the game and you get a really cool reward, because Goku Super Saiyan 4 had a lot of different attacks. It had a different type of Kamehameha, it had Dragon Fist, which Super Saiyan 3 also had. But you get this reward for completing story in S rank. If you lose, you don't get anything. If you win, you don't get anything. But if you complete it in S rank, the best rank, where none of your characters die and none of the cities die, you get this reward, and it felt so compelling. It felt so awesome that you get this cool reward. and that was a very good way to say that. Then the cool cosmetics you can buy. Yeah, the tournaments, if you complete them, give you a lot of ton of money. But in Sparkling Zero, if you win tournament, first few times you get a lot of money, but after times you just get 1000, 2000, 3000 of that currency. But in the old game you get like 1 lakh or 10 lakh. It was a very big amount, I don't remember exactly, but you get a lot of money. You're like overflowing with money, and what you can buy with them, stickers and a lot of stupid things, but they were very cool cosmetics, you could say. There were a lot of cosmetics that only unlocked after you did the tournament multiple times, but each time you completed a tournament that was like 10-15 fights you had to continuously play. But if you beat the tournament you get a unique unique dialogue with the winning character, and you get this amount of money which you can use to buy a lot of cosmetics. There were like, it was a lot of fun buying all those cosmetics, which is same in the Sparkling Zero, but it just had a nostalgia attached to it. That's why I consider that a much more thrilling experience than the Sparkling Zero. And the Gogeta Big Bang move, yeah, that move carried me through the cooler arc. In the cooler arc in the anime also, there are like a lot of Frieza's friends. So Gogeta Big Bang Kamehameha is one of the best attacks that I used. You can select the character in the Dragon Ball another road after you unlock it in any storyline afterwards. So you can change the characters up to you want. You can, after you unlock Gohan, you can choose Gohan character in all the storyline missions. It's up to you. So once I got Gogeta, I used it continuously, and I spammed that Big Bang Kamehameha attack as many times as you could. Right and zero button. That's all it took. And like almost more than half of one health bar, there are different colors of health bar, green, yellow, red. So half of one health bar would go away at each attack, and it took like seconds to charge again. So it was an attack I spammed. It was like the attack that made me play this game again and again because it was so well implemented. And his back attack for a fighting sequence combo, मतलब if you click right button you get Big Bang Kamehameha, if you click left button you get a fighting combo. That was a good way to back yourself up if you are in stuck in a spot. So it was very good, well implemented. Then the emotional reactions when a character or city dies. It had a city mechanic where during the storyline you have a specific time that if you do not save the cities in this time they will be destroyed by the villains, and there were multiple cities, multiple villains. So you had to coordinate accordingly and think which characters that you have would be able to fight them at the right time, and you had to go control your own character, right? Others were computers. So you had to think accordingly which cities to not let die and which cities you have to use well, and you could even heal from the cities. So it was a lot of strategy that you had to use, and it was a very good way to, you know, be actively involved in the game. And yeah, healing mechanic when near a city, you could heal your characters when you are near a city, and that helped you realize that even if you are beat you can just heal up. But it had a reckoning consequence that if you heal up time would be passing, other computers would continue destroying the cities, so you would get a lower grade. So it had all a lot of complexities, but it was a very fun experience. Then the ranking system for each mission, yeah, I just felt like I had to complete most of my missions in S rank because they just felt so good. And in some of the missions, they consider you a failure if you are not in a good enough rank. Even though you complete the mission, if you're not in a good rank, you failed the mission somehow, and you get a different storyline than if you won the mission in a higher rank A, B, or C, or S. You would get a different storyline. If you had a lower rank, you would get a different storyline. And that just made me play games again and again, missions again and again until I got S ranks in a lot of them. There was also a chart in the each chapter how many S ranks you got, how many BC ranks you got, and all of that made me do get good ranks in all the missions. That was good. And the special challenges, yeah. So there were a lot of special challenges given in each mission, that do not let any city go below 50%, or complete this many enemies defeat in this many time, yeah, defeat Broly in 180 seconds, or try to get S rank. Special missions which rewarded us cards. You could customize your character like you couldn't do in Sparkling Zero, but you could get Dragon Balls, or Dragon Ball cards, or different special cards if you completed the mission, if you completed the special challenges. And those cards greatly enhanced your HP, your attack, your defense, and your lot of things. The Dragon Ball cards overall were the most beneficial. When I got a 9 and a 7 Dragon Ball card, it just multiplied my character's power to a lot of ways. So special challenges motivated me to play again and again and get. It was like lottery system, right? You could not get it every time, but you complete special challenges again and again, and you might get a good card that you could customize your character with. So I think these 10 reasons are the reasons that I consider that Dragon Ball's Shin Bukai Another Road was a very influential game, and it had mainly a component of nostalgia to it for me to consider it very close to my heart, and I enjoyed playing it. So if you did enjoy this game too, or if you'd like to start playing this game even if today, then you can comment below and talk to me about it, because this game was awesome, and anyone should play this game if they want to, for a good Dragon Ball experience of the past, because it was made very long ago and the graphics are very old, but it was a good game. Okay, thank you.